All right, now to this. Billionaire and philanthropist Bill Gates spent nearly 6 hours on Capitol Hill yesterday testifying to Congress about his relationship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Gates's name and pictures appear hundreds of times in the Epstein files, as you may be aware, but he's not been specifically accused of any wrongdoing. This is what he told reporters right before entering the hearing room.
I'm glad to be here voluntarily to testify. I hope my testimony is helpful to the important work of the committee to find justice for the victims.
CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion is on Capitol Hill. Nikole, it's remarkable to see him speaking publicly about this and then being, presumably grilled behind closed doors. But what did we learn from the hearings?
Yeah, absolutely, because many of these people have been coming in for interviews, rarely speak to the cameras, as Bill Gates did yesterday. But he did meet with the House Oversight Committee for this voluntary interview, which lasted just under 6 hours. He did not respond to our questions as he exited, but certainly from a lawmaker's vantage point, some felt that he was forthcoming, was cooperative. Others described him as combative. But in his opening statement, he in essence told lawmakers that it was a grave error in judgment for his ties and his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, which he described occurred mostly between 2011 and 2014 in the context of potentially trying to solicit funds or set up a donor structure for his philanthropic work around global health. But as you see in that opening statement, he said that he had never victimized anyone and that while he may have sought to foster a personal relationship, I was never interested in that and never reciprocated. He also said that he had never been to Jeffrey Epstein's home, his island, or his ranch. And, he also did, though, mention that once he kind of cut ties or parted ways with Epstein, that he did seem to indicate at some point Epstein became aware that Gates had some extramarital affairs and tried to use that information against him. Some lawmakers even suggested the potential of blackmail. So that was a strong line of questioning that lawmakers had. But by and large, many lawmakers felt that his testimony was helpful, and they certainly will continue to interview others in the weeks to come.
And Nikole, House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer also told reporters he wants Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche and Epstein lawyer Alan Dershowitz to testify. What's the push there?
Yeah, that's right. Well, in terms of Todd Blanche, a big part of that came out of the transcribed interview that the committee had just recently with Pam Bondi, the former attorney general, who at one point was subpoenaed by the committee but then appeared for a transcribed interview. She really said that Blanche was in charge of releasing the Epstein files when she was pressed about the handling of it, especially the fact that many victims' names were not redacted when those files were released. So she put a lot of that onus on Todd Blanche and said that he oversaw much of that. So that's why lawmakers want him to come in. Democrats really pressing for that testimony under oath, I should say. And then in terms of Alan Dershowitz, of course, he represented Jeffrey Epstein when he got that plea deal back in 2008. Some call it a sweetheart plea deal. So that's another reason why lawmakers would like to hear from him.
All right, watch all of this closely. Nikole Killion, thank you.